Hello there everyone, long time no see, waving like mad. I bet you thought I'd forgotten you, hadn't you? I'm here today about the 30-day challenge journals. I've been a tad busy, had a lot going on, so I hadn't had a chance to do any more work because I've got 4 of these on the go. The one that I originally showed you of the magazine one, the one that I was working on during the challenge, so there's 2 of there, the 1930s ones, and then I was showing you how to use the digital kits, so I've made 2 of those. So I'm here to just give you a little bit of an update of where I am with these. So hopefully it will inspire you with maybe a bit more of what you can do with your own journal. From the reports that I've had back from everyone, they really enjoyed doing it. So I hope you did too, those that I've not heard from, you guys out there in YouTube land. So thank you very much for the great responses that I've been getting for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, as I said, these 2 are to do with the Calico Collage kit that I used, which is called Garden Fresh. Now, in the original journal that we made, it was made of 2 signatures, and we did it in a gift bag. What I've actually done with this one, as you can see, is I put a single signature into one journal and the other signature into another journal. So instead of putting the 2 into one cover, I separated them out. A couple of reasons for that. One is because I wanted to show you that you don't have to do just what we did with the journal bag cover. You can actually do other covers as well. Another reason is that if I did covers like this, because I've only got a narrowish spine, I could only fit one signature within this journal. Now, next week I'm going to bring you my updates of the 1930s journals that I've been working on, so that you can get some inspiration from them as well. So today it's just about the digital kit. Next week, fingers crossed, it will be about the 1930s one. Okay, these are not completed. This is just how far I've gone on from where we were at. So this journal here, this one contains the first signature that we did. And I used a cereal box to make the cover, and then I covered it in this lovely velour. It's a shame can you feel that? Shall I rub it for you? Look, feel that, look. It's really soft. It's a beautiful velour fabric that I'd got. So yeah, I decided to cover it in that because it's very, you know, nature orientated with all the leaves and that on it. So if we open it up, so here inside I've done a pocket, and because we love a pocket, and I put one of the sayings that's in the kit on the edge of the pocket, and then I put this leaf trim all around. And then on this page, the first page, I did the stenciling, and I printed using the corrugated card. I haven't had enough tea to make my brain work, I don't think. So you'll probably recognise some of these pages as we're going through. So there was the napkin papers here and the double flip. There's the envelope one, which opened that way, and that way. Then there's the double flip tags. Then there's the envelope with the pocket on the front, and on the back was the library card. These were the pockets that we lined with the crinkly paper. This was the flip down, flip up, flip open so that you've got all that extra journaling space there. I've just held that with a lovely brass clip there. This was the page where we did the stenciling. I want to do the same on this side actually, so that it all kind of matches up. That was the centre of my signature, so I did a load of stenciling all around that. Oh, sorry, not the camera. All around the outside edge, and then put. I made an envelope. That was it. I made an envelope for the centre. That was the one with the photo frame where you can pull the card out and put a picture in. This was a belly band with a pocket. Other side of the crinkly pocket page. These were the two flip outs where on the 1930s one I had the two ladies here. So as you can see on this side I've done the stenciling and the corrugated card. I've done nothing. Yeah. So you can see I've still got some stuff to do on it. This one I've done as the vertical belly band so that you can tuck under there. Two tags again. And then, I love this, we did the slider belly band. Oh, sorry, knocking it again. So I'm trying to do it so you can see. I did a watering can so that you could slide it up and down to the flowers to water the plants. So that was my slider. And then there was the pull-out pockets, concertina pockets, where I used the envelopes from the kit. And then I've got a back pocket here that I'll be putting stuff in. So, as I say, I've still got a fair bit to do with that. And I will be using, in both the journals, the added extra little bits and pieces that are in the kit. So I'll be utilising these, the large tags, to finish decorating up the journal. So I'll be using bits and pieces like that, and I'll use bits from Country Diary book and a couple of other nature magazines and books that I've got. So this one is in a similar kind of predicament in that it's still not finished yet, but it's a lot closer. But I wanted to show you the stage that I'd got to with this. So this was the second signature that we did. And for the journal cover on this one, you probably won't be able to see it very well, but I used a green silky fabric to cover the whole journal with. And then I used this image, stuck it onto some green cards, stuck the green card onto the fabric. But this panel here, I duplicate printed it, cut it out so that... Have I got anything? Hang on. Just bear with me a sec. Get a post-it note. It's the only thing I've got to hand. So that... Get a bent post-it note so it won't work. So then you can... Yeah, there we go. So then you can stick a title in there, and it's got a clear front. And then I got this little button, this little watering can button. Put these leaves on the edge and a button there. And then I just did a plain back. And I haven't done anything with the spine yet, but I did use a multicoloured thread to stitch the signature in place. So I'm still thinking about what I can do with that at the moment. So yeah, so that's this one. And where I use some of the Country Diary pages from the book, sometimes when they print in a book, they don't think about us journalers, do they? And they print a beautiful image on the back, and you're a bit like, oh, I can't use that now. And on this particular page, I wanted it to be the opening page of this journal, but I did like the image that was on the back as well. So I was a bit like, oh, what can I do? Because I was going to stick this on as a pocket, because we love a pocket. So I was like, oh. So anyway, I did it as a flip. So it's got my lovely washi tape down here, and it flips open. And what I did was You know those A4 plastic wallets, the ones that have got the holes down the side that you put in your ring binder? Well, I'd got some A5 ones of those. And they come in either a clear plastic front, don't they, or a frosted plastic. And I'd got these really clear ones. I was like, oh, that will do for me. Thank you very much. So I cut it out and I stitched it on. So I've still got my pocket. Yay. And I can still see the image. Yay, double win. So that's what I did for there. I did a little flip up here with some of the leftover coffee dyed papers that I'd got, and then I did it so that that concertina's out that way and that way, so that you've got that little bit of extra journaling space there, and there's also a pocket behind there too. Can't go without that pocket. This was the pull out one that we did with the pocket there and there. This one was the little half page, and I put some of the digital paper over both sides to just strengthen the edge, and then I stuck the whole part of that to this back page. So I've now got another pocket. That was the flippy up, flippy down thingy. I've added a little extra pocket on the front. This was country diary page again, and again I wanted to be able to see the images on the back of the page, so this time I added tracing paper, so you can still see the images through the tracing paper, look. And I've done it as a little side tuck pocket, so you can put things in there, but when you take it out you can still see the lovely image behind it. This was the country diary page again. Now this was the page where we had the little swing tab to keep the little envelope booklet shut. I'd done a few of those now, so I decided to do something a little bit different. So I've done a belly band here, but I've taken it just slightly off centre, and then I've just made this little notelet book with some of the leftover bits and pieces that I'd got. So this was when I talked about embossing and debossing and inking up your embossing folder and stuff, and then I just used some of the other leftover bits and pieces of paper to make a little tiny booklet. It's almost like a little field note booklet, really. And then there's the little swing tags there. And then this was the centre of the signature where we had the tiered pockets. So I got my Mr. Tim out and I did that. So here, this was from the Calico Collage kit, as was the wheelbarrow. And then the rest of this is Mr. Tim. And so these were individual pockets again. So you can fit your bits and pieces inside each of these individual pockets. So that one swings like so. I put a little card down there. And then this one swings like so. And then this one swings like so. And I love this next bit. I have to tell you. I'm going to prepare you, because I love it. And then this bit. Give you a close up if I can. Okay, so I'd got this lovely green thingy. I always forget this name. I'm having a sup on my brew while I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know you're shouting at the screen, but I can't hear you. Anyway, you know what it's called. Yeah. So I stuck all that on in layers to make it look like grass. And then this is a pocket here. And then this was the slidey bit that we did. And so I put a little butterfly on the end of my slider. And I talked about this actually in the video, I think, about, oh, you could use the snail. So I did. I used the snail. And he slides across. Yay! So he's sliding in amongst all the grass. There you go. So that was my slider. I'll do it up close so you can see. Someone did mention about putting glossy accents down to leave it, make it look like a snail trail, and I thought, oh, I don't know, that looks a bit gross, doesn't it? That's my little slider. I love that page. You know when you do something and you're like, oh, I love it. I just love it. Anyway, that was my love it page. So then we go on to more of the flippy pockets. These were the little 3-tiered pockets that we did. Another country diary page. These were the big tags that also, not tags. Oh, do you know, if my brain worked, I would be dangerous. Not flags. Oh, God. Whatever they're called, and whatever they're called, please write your answer on a postcard and send it in. But whatever these are called, we did the pockets with them. I can't believe I can't remember. Oh, what a numpty. Anyway, so professional on this channel, isn't it? Tracing paper to protect the picture there. I use my packaging from my Mr. Tim, and I'm going to make this into a little notepad. So I'm going to add some ribbon around the top here, or thread, or twine or something, and add some leftover pages to be hanging there. And it was also to basically to counterbalance the weight, because I've then got my my waterfall on the back, and I use quite heavy card. So it was folding the paper a bit, because I only did it on paper instead of on card, because I didn't listen to my own advice. The flippy out bit. This was the one where I made myself laugh, because if you remember, I put the buttons on and the little tie things, and then when I lifted it up, I pulled it off in my hand. Yeah, that's how professional we go here. And then of course it's a pocket at the top as well, because you can't get by without a pocket. And then there's the hearts that we did as the very last page, which is also a bit of a pocket. And then that's the back. And then that's the back of that. So those are the two so far on the Calico Collage Garden Fresh 30-day challenge. Next time you will see these, which will be a little while now, because I've got 2 big commissions that I've got to finish. You'll see them all done and dusted next time you see these. So I hope you found a few things inspiring from there. I hope you've remembered what those things are called, because I can't still remember. And as I say, I'll try and do the 1930s one next week, and show you what I'm going to be adding, because this one is quite easy in terms of it's already there for me to use. It's all the tags, the little journaling cards, that's all done, dusted, sorted. Because we're making the other one from scratch, there's a few little places where I found stuff that you could use in your journal and what you're going to do with them. So slightly different video next week for the 1930s one. Anyway, hope you found that inspiring. I'm off now to finish my brew. See you later. Bye.